This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is investigating several car burglaries at a parking lot at Nathan Benderson Park.
Authorities are reminding people to stay safe and be cautious. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo is here with more on this story tonight. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, fortunately, no one was hurt in these incidents, but thousands of dollars worth of items were stolen, as well as significant car damage.
Thousands come to visit Nathan Benderson Park daily to relax and exercise.
I'm surprised. I feel pretty safe when I'm here because I always run by myself. I've never thought that I would be in any danger.
Over the weekend, the Sarasota Sheriff's Office responded to 6 car burglaries at Benderson Park parking lots. Each were smash and grab style with various items stolen. Park CEO Bob Sullivan heard about the news on Sunday.
Obviously, it's something we're very concerned about, and we take security of the park and our guests who come down to the park very seriously.
One victim says the interior of her car was torn up. Everything portable was stolen, as well as her purse. Sullivan set up a conversation with her after the incident.
I called her, and I wanted to make sure she was okay and all, and express my sympathy for the incident happening and try to get some information from her on it. So it was a very good phone call, and I promised her that we were going to be looking at it, and I would give her a call back once we were able to come up with some solutions.
Many visitors we spoke to here at Benderson were surprised to hear that cars were broken into, but many of them do their due diligence in making sure their cars and belongings stay safe.
Lock it all the time and just take my key with me, really, and cover anything I think that would make somebody want to bust a window out, like my purse. I cover it all the time.
I always make sure the back is locked and everything is locked up, and away I go. Like I said, I've never had a problem.
Even with visitors taking the necessary precautions, Sullivan wants to take an extra step.
We're going to be meeting with the county parks and the sheriff's department to review what happened and look at maybe some possible solutions to prevent it from happening again.
The Sarasota Sheriff's Office is currently investigating the case. Back to you.
Thank you, Dwayne. New developments tonight involving a road rage shooting in Northport. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies have charged Carlos Echeverria Pena in connection with this incident. Deputies were called to US 41 and River Road Friday morning. Deputies say Echeverria Pena confronted a man after a road rage incident and started punching him through his windows. Deputies say the victim retrieved his gun and fired 2 shots in self-defense. The suspect was treated for 2 gunshot wounds and booked into the Sarasota County Jail. He is charged with burglary and battery.
A Northport City employee is on administrative leave after being arrested for DUI. The Northport Neighborhood Development Services Director, Scott Williams, arrested Friday night. According to a Sarasota County Sheriff's Office report, a deputy saw Williams swerving and stopping past the stop bar at a red light. She tried to pull him over, but he did not stop right away. The report says the deputy could smell alcohol coming from Williams's vehicle and his speech was slurred. The deputy also found an empty bottle of wine in the center console. The City of Northport released a statement regarding the arrest, saying in part that Williams has been placed on administrative leave and he will be treated like any other employee of the city.
There were more than 200 crashes, nearly 70 injuries, and more than 5,000 tickets written last year in Florida as the result of people failing to move over for emergency vehicles. Under state law, drivers are required to move over 1 lane when police, emergency vehicles, tow trucks, utility vehicles, or garbage trucks are on the shoulder. If traffic is too heavy and you can't move over, you must slow down to 20 miles per hour below the speed limit while you pass the emergency vehicle. The Florida Highway Patrol hopes to make more drivers aware of the law during its 2nd annual Move Over Florida campaign.
It is very scary to be on the side of the road and to have that car pass you by at full speed without slowing down or not taking the initiative to move over. It's our safety out there. We all want to make it back home to our families.
Florida's Move Over law is a primary offense, meaning drivers can be pulled over for failing to follow that law, even if they have done nothing else wrong.
For the next 2 weeks, students from all over will be able to enroll in Manatee County high schools under a new state law that erases district lines. And as ABC7's Adam Cellini shows us tonight, the change could have a big impact on high school sports.
The Manatee County School District is expecting a bump in the number of students transferring into the county, and a percentage of those may be athletes now that their restrictions have also been relaxed in this new law.
It's really uncertain. We're going through a transition into a whole new new era of education in general.
Palmetto High School football coach Dave Marino knows students transferring to play sports is nothing new in Florida. What is new is that it's no longer illegal to do so.
They could play football at one school, they could go play basketball at another school, they could go play baseball at another school. It's going to be interesting.
Transfer students will now be immediately eligible in Florida high school sports. The Manatee County School District doesn't anticipate an influx of students since they can only attend schools that have capacity. Right now, they expect up to 1,000 total students will come into the district next year.
Of course, in-county students are going to have priority over out-of-county students, so we'll go through a process of weighting the in-county students a little bit higher.
Roster spots, however, won't be protected, but District Athletics Supervisor Jason Montgomery doesn't expect a free agency culture like some have predicted.
In the public school system and things like that, it's just like it's always been. They have to physically attend. The only big changes is it's kind of broadened the scope of where they have options to transfer.
But Coach Marino warns transferring too often may lose you something more valuable than eligibility.
I think, you know, if a kid doesn't have that allegiance to school, I think we're depriving him of part of his childhood.
The new law will also allow students at virtual or charter schools to pick which school's athletic program they would like to participate with. In Manatee County, Adam Cellini, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Adam. And as you can tell from that video, it's a little bit chilly. It's rare that you see our reporters wearing a fleece jacket and hearing the wind blow. So yeah, we've had some different weather.
A welcome change for a
yes,
lot of
it
folks
feels
who
nice.
live here
It does.
year-round.
Yeah.
And here's Bob with more details.
Yeah, and it's dry on top of that, extremely dry. So if you have plants and they're outdoors, even indoor plants, you might want to give a little extra water because of the extreme dry conditions. In fact, yesterday the weather balloon that was launched detects the amount of moisture in the atmosphere all the way up through about 40 to 50,000 feet. It was the driest it's ever been recorded yesterday, to give you an example how dry it was. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing generally fair skies. You see these fair weather cumulus clouds coming across. That's a result of a little bit more heating today due to the east wind. So that will be the case, I think, again tomorrow as we're looking for a little warmer temperatures. Tonight, not nearly as cold. It's 66 degrees right now. We have fair skies, and the dew point is at 37. That's really low. Winds out of the east at 11. The pressure 30.44 inches, and that is holding steady right now. No rain around. It's going to stay dry. Great news for the big national championship football game in Tampa tonight. We'll have the details on the rest of the week's forecast coming up in just a few. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A busy day in politics with just 11 days until the new Trump administration takes power, and Republicans are pushing forward with the president-elect's nominees at a whirlwind pace.
Donald Trump is expected to announce he will install a member of his family among the White House staff. ABC's Lana Zach is covering it all from Washington.
President-elect Donald Trump did not answer specific questions on Obamacare, financial conflicts of interest.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. It's very simple.
Or Russian hacking.
We'll talk to you about that at another time.
But he did sound optimistic about the confirmation hearings taking place this week.
Confirmation's going great. I think they'll all pass.
Republicans want 6 or 7 cabinet nominees confirmed by the time Mr. Trump takes office. But a top government ethics official warns it's putting undue pressure on investigators, a concern Republicans dispute.
Everybody will be properly vetted, as they have been in the past.
One of the more controversial picks, Jeff Sessions as Attorney General, is being opposed by Gold Star father Khazar Khan, who says Sessions has not demonstrated a commitment to, quote, pursuing justice for all Americans. Meanwhile, another appointment to the White House staff was announced today. Ivanka's husband, Jared Kushner, will be a special advisor to the president.
What makes this interesting is that he's a son-in-law, and there are nepotism laws that are pretty strict about what you can do. But when it comes to White House staff, the president can basically surround himself with the people that he wants to.
The president-elect is also tweeting today about actress Meryl Streep. After her speech at the Golden Globes criticizing the president-elect, he called her overrated. The White House this afternoon, though, coming to her defense, saying that they thought her message was carefully considered. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
The U.S. and Cuba are teaming up to prevent future oil spills. Both countries are signing an agreement to clean up oil spills in the Gulf of Mexico and the Florida Straits. The agreement calls on both countries to establish a bilateral operations plan in the event of a spill or other pollution in waters that the two share. It also minimizes potential pollution in the Caribbean. The agreement is just another step in the Obama administration's efforts to solidify its relationship with Cuba before the Trump administration takes over.
The people have spoken and justice prevails. The Northport Police Department asked local children to participate in a naming contest for the new mascot. A lot of people joined in on the fun. More than 17,000 votes came in. The winning name was unveiled at Cranberry Elementary with 57% of the vote. It is Justice. The name Super Bear got second place and Rocky came in third. Justice, I like that.
That's perfect.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Good choice. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a flashback from Ford.
Which two popular vehicles will be getting a makeover and going back out on the lot? That's straight ahead. Plus, you're taking a live look outside Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The college football national championship game will begin in just a few hours.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more. There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Winter White event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
A young Sarasota photographer with a rare genetic disorder is breaking down communication barriers. ABC7's Alex Redmond joins us with more. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. Copper plays a key role in the development of healthy nerves, bones, and collagen. But in people with Wilson's disease, copper isn't eliminated properly, which can cause a variety of medical problems. Alan Rodriguez's eyes light up when he speaks of his wife.
It's a whole world.
Wilson disease, a rare inherited disorder, doesn't stop Rodriguez from having a successful relationship or a successful career in photography. Rodriguez and his camera are often seen out and about at public events, and text helps him communicate. Rodriguez says some people may avoid getting to know him, but he makes it his own personal mission to be the one to initiate breaking down the barrier by saying, "I'm Alan."
We've been married 21 years. Alan is just a good person with a good heart.
and that's why I was able to look past the physical disability.
Stephanie Rodriguez, Alan's wife of 21 years, explains Wilson disease.
It's a genetic liver disease where the liver cannot get rid of excess copper. The copper builds up in the liver, brain, and kidneys, eventually causing death if not treated.
Rodriguez says symptoms include liver failure, jaundice, anything where the liver starts failing.
Neurologic symptoms include speech loss, tremor, involuntary movement, things of that nature. This past summer, he had a setback after 26 years of being stable because he was unable to tolerate the medication that is needed daily to keep the copper from reaccumulating.
But Alan Rodriguez recovered, returning full force to making beautiful pictures.
Because his speech is impaired and many people don't understand him, this is kind of his way to talk to people.
For someone with a speech impediment, Alan Rodriguez says that he is very approachable. So by all means, don't wait for him to go up to you to say, "Hi, I'm Alan." You go up to him and put your hand out and introduce yourself. He invites people to get to know him, and if texting works for you, it works for him as well.
Yeah, yeah.
For a link to the Wilson Disease Association, you can go to mysuncoast.com and click on health. And don't be surprised if you see Rodriguez on the street, if he comes up to you and he gives you a hug. Back to you, Haley.
Always a friendly face to see out there taking pictures at so many events. Great photos he takes, and he's overcoming that disability. Now let's head over to Bob.
Sure is. Here's what's happening with our weather. We're overcoming the cold spell that we've had over the past 48 hours now. Temperatures starting to moderate a bit tonight. It looks to be a little bit on the cooler side, but not the extreme cold that we've seen over the past couple of nights here. Beautiful shot from the Van Wezel webcam with the sun centered right there in the middle going down with clear skies overhead. Temperatures will fall pretty quickly this evening too as a result of the clear skies around. And no rain around. It's going to stay dry too through this week. No real mention of any kind of significant rainfall at all. We could use the rain. We had a little bit over the weekend, up to 1.5 inches to 2 inches, some isolated areas with that heavier rain that moved through on Saturday morning. It's 66 degrees right now. We have clear skies. The dew point extremely low, 37 degrees, and winds are out of the east at 11. The pressure at 30, 44. That's way up there, and that continues to hold steady and rise slightly every hour or so. It's been changing. 69 the high today, so just a couple degrees shy of the normal high of 71 degrees. We'll be above this number tomorrow. This morning's low is at 40, not close to the record of 28, and 52 is our average. Temperatures tonight for lows will be into the just basically mid to upper 40s as far as the rainfall goes. And we are looking generally at temperatures in the 40s, 50s, and 60s across the state with a 70-degree reading now in Key West, 63 in Orlando. Same temperature in Lake Placid and a few degrees warmer in Bradenton, Cortez, Sarasota, Venice, Inglewood now at 67 degrees and 67 now in Punta Gorda. Well, the forecast looks like this tomorrow. There'll be plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will warm into the upper 60s for the most part to low 70s across the area. Look for temperatures to be a few degrees above average by tomorrow afternoon. That's the result of the easterly wind that we'll see, and that will stay with us too. The rest of the U.S., well, big story going on out west is the extreme rainfall and snow experienced across California, the Sierra Nevada range, and places to the north as well. This storm is one of the biggest they've seen in some time there, and looks like they could see record amounts of rainfall across parts of Northern California. Not much in Southern California, but where all the watches and warnings are across Nevada, Idaho, into Oregon, and also much of California covered in that green. That's a flood watch. It's in effect, and flood warnings already occurring throughout that region. Heavy snows eventually expected over the central and northern Rockies. For the north, there's a winter weather advisory with some lake effect snows occurring there across parts of the Great Lakes. Now, temperatures over the southeast. Right now, Atlanta at 44 degrees, Charlotte 32. So temperatures are chilly, but much warmer than what they saw over the weekend, with temperatures dipping down into the single digits in some cases in Georgia. Well, snow cover across the U.S. You can see it's covering much, at least 2/3 of the nation right now. Because of this weekend storm, we have snowfall on the ground in places like Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, all the way over to Arkansas and Oklahoma. And as far as that goes, it will be melting, though, as a result. At least some of that snow will be melting as a result of a warm-up with this southeasterly wind flow eventually stopping this front from entering and then warming things up over the deep south over the next 2 days. For boaters, a little bit breezy tomorrow. We'll be a light to moderate chop in the bays and inland water, seas running right around 2 feet. The water temperature has cooled down significantly now to 64 degrees. Beaches will see a high near 70 tomorrow. Tides upcoming. The next high tide for Sarasota Bay, 9:13. And sunset in just a few minutes. Sunrise will be at 7:22. The forecast looks like this. No advisories tonight. First night we can say that in some time. Still chilly though, mostly clear, 40s, upper 40s for lows. And tomorrow look for lots of sunshine, back above average we go. 73, it should be a mild day. The extended forecast, upper 70s to low 80s all the way through the weekend with temperatures into the upper 50s as well. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident in Northport on I-75 in the southbound lanes. This is near Toledo Blade Boulevard.
In consumer news, Ford has plans to revive some of its classic models. The automaker plans to bring back its Ford Bronco SUV and the Ford Ranger pickup truck. Both vehicles will be made in an assembly plant in Michigan. They'll replace the production of the Focus sedan, which is moving to Mexico. It also preserves 3,000 jobs there. Pricing and design of the new Ranger and Bronco have not been released yet, but production will start in 2019. The Chevrolet Bolt has been named the North American Car of the Year. The winner announced today at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. The Bolt is an all-electric vehicle made by GM. It beat out other luxury electric vehicles, including the Genesis G90 and the Volvo S90 for the title. Other cars recognized include the Chrysler Pacifica minivan, which was named the North American Utility of the Year, and the Honda Ridgeline pickup, which was named Truck of the Year.
We already know raising a child can be expensive, but just how expensive? According to new figures from the Department of Agriculture, it can cost $233,610 to raise a child. That's almost $14,000 a year. The estimated cost is from birth through age 17. That includes housing, food, transportation, health care, education, and clothing. That is just the average cost for a middle-class family with 2 kids. The price goes up for families in more urban areas.
Yeah, I'm paying for braces right now, and those aren't cheap.
Yes, and you have a daughter, so girls cost even more. My dad had 2 daughters, which is double.
But it's worth it in the end.
And they
right?
say it's worth every penny, right? So
Absolutely.
we hope so. Entertainment news is next.
Man, he used to hang out with us. Yeah, and then he just stopped. I hope he's gonna be okay.
1 in 5 of us has a mental health condition, but emotional pain can be hard to spot and harder to talk about. Learn the 5 signs of emotional suffering. If you see 1 or more signs in someone you care about, reach out, connect, and offer to help.
Megan, come sit with us.
And our answers for Visit changedirection.org.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 16th Annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 12th to the 15th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 12th through the 15th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
I heard about the Dettoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dettoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation, and everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts, and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Police have detained 16 people for questioning in the armed robbery of Kim Kardashian West in Paris.
The reality star was robbed at gunpoint inside her hotel room in October. The assailants, who were disguised as police officers, got away with an estimated $10 million in cash and jewelry. Kardashian West has most recently been out of the spotlight since the robbery, but she did break her silence, and she may be talking about this. She is back on social media, and then we expect her to talk about it in Keeping Up with the Kardashians when the show comes back on. A special treat for U2 fans. They will play the entirety of their 1987 album, The Joshua Tree, at each stop during the summer stadium tour to celebrate their 30th anniversary. The Joshua Tree was the first chart-topping album in the U.S. and has sold 25 million copies worldwide. The North American leg of the tour for U2 kicks off May 12th and will include a show at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa on June 14th. Mumford & Sons, The Lumineers, and One Republic will be alternating their opening for U2 on this North American part of the tour.
Royal birthday celebrations across the pond. Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, turns 35 years old today. No word on exactly how she'll celebrate, but we're told she attended church yesterday with her husband, Prince William, the 2 children, and Queen Elizabeth, who also got out and about yesterday.
She had been a little sick, the Queen,
right.
So she's, I guess, feeling better now, but happy birthday to Kate.
Yep. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.